Hey everybody, and welcome to the IMDb show Oscars 2020. I'm Dave Karger, and I'm so happy to be joined by my good friend, Alicia Malone. Hey Alicia, how are you?
Good, thank you so much for having me. And I'm excited because, time is running out. These 92nd Academy Awards are coming very, very shortly in just a couple of days. And so if you don't have time to see all of the Best Picture nominees or all of the films nominated, Dave and I are going to tell you about just a couple of films that we think you must watch before the ceremony on Sunday.
That's right, we've got 6 in all to tell you about. Alicia, why don't you kick it off with your first pick?
Well, I think you know my first pick because
I wonder what it could be.
Haven't stopped raving about this film since I saw it many months ago. Parasite, directed by Bong Joon-ho. It's the South Korean film that I'm so glad the Academy has picked up on. Not only up for Best International Feature Film, but many other categories, including Best Picture. Like his other films, it's a genre movie that has a lot to say. So in this case, it's a comedy thriller. There's about the class system in South Korea. It follows 2 families, one living the very bottom of the city in a semi-basement apartment, the other a rich family living at the top of the hill in a beautiful, shiny home. I won't ruin where it goes from there because this movie has so many twists and turns.
이게 다 뭐야? 압니다. 황당하신 거. 저라도 황당할 것 같아요.
And what's been interesting is that this movie has done very well in the award season, most notably winning Best Ensemble at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, which is causing a lot of people to wonder if it could actually become the first foreign language film to win Best Picture.
The Academy obviously really likes this movie, so I'm crossing my fingers.
참으로 시의적절하다.
But what about your first pick?
My first pick is 1917. Of all of the movies that are nominated for Oscars this year in Best Picture, it's my favorite. It got 10 big nominations. It is a wonder to behold, and what the director Sam Mendes did with his cinematographer Roger Deakins is so incredible. I'm sure a lot of people have heard that it's a movie that looks like it's in one basically 2-hour-long shot.
If you fail, it will be a massacre.
But it's not just that gimmick. It's a beautifully made, very powerful, moving film. And I would tell people, not only should you see it before the Oscars, but it's the kind of movie that you really want to see on as big a screen as possible.
I agree. I don't think the one shot is a gimmick at all. It just made it feel much more immediate. It made you feel like you're right there in the middle of the action, and it was dangerous. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Okay, good.
If you don't get there in time, we will lose 1,600 men.
All right, Alicia, what is your second pick?
I'm going outside of the Best Picture category, going into the Best Documentary category with a film that's also up for Best International Feature Film, the first time that has happened. The movie is Honeyland. It's a really compelling documentary look at a female beekeeper in Macedonia who has these traditional methods of keeping bees. So she doesn't wear any protective gear, she doesn't get stung by any bees, and as we all know, bees are so important to our entire ecosystem. So it's devastating what happens when some next door neighbors move in. I say people should see this film because it's a documentary that plays like a narrative. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It's so compelling, and for the fact that it is a film that is up for both awards, I think that makes it a must-watch.
It's historic.
What about yours?
Okay, so the other one that I'm going to recommend people see, if they haven't already, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a movie that has just dominated the awards conversation since it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival back in May. It is a sure thing winner for Best Supporting Actor for Brad Pitt, no question. So you got to see the movie so you can especially see his incredible scene where he takes his shirt off on a rooftop.
It's a very good scene.
It's unforgettable.
Fair enough.
I also think it's pretty much got Best Original Screenplay in the bag, which will be the 3rd time that Quentin Tarantino wins a screenplay Oscar. And it's just the kind of movie that I think the Academy is going to take a shine to because, of course, it's about Hollywood. It's about performing.
And it's a really well-made film, one of Tarantino's revisionist history films, which I really like.
That's both flattering and embarrassing.
Well, my third pick is Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig. I still wish that she was up for Best Director because I think what she did with this film is so unique. Obviously, the book has been around for many years. It was first published in 1868. But Greta somehow managed to make this film feel timely, relevant, fresh, modern.
And if the main character is a girl, make sure she's married by the end.
Ow, Joe! Okay, so as someone who loves classic films as much as you do, how do you compare this Little Women to the older Little Women, the Katharine Hepburn one, the Elizabeth Taylor one, the Winona Ryder one?
Yeah, I always have a soft spot for the 1949 version with Elizabeth Taylor in a terrible wig, just because that was the one that I saw first. And I also love Katharine Hepburn as Jo, the way she says Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus! Joe, don't use such dreadful expressions.
But now I would say Greta Gerwig's version is my favorite because I think she translated the book so well. It feels like a Greta Gerwig film, but very much honors the legacy of Louisa May Alcott.
And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for.
Okay, what's your last pick?
My last pick is Marriage Story, directed and written by Noah Baumbach, and definitely the acting showcase movie of the year, in my opinion. And this is a movie you need to see because it is the lock, hands down, Best Supporting Actress winner, Laura Dern, who is just on fire lately with so many things, as you mentioned, Little Women, Big Little Lies, where she just steals the show every week, and then her performance as a really vicious divorce attorney in Marriage Story is something to behold.
I would just love to crawl inside that brain.
Also, Adam Driver.
Great.
Is spectacular in that film. That's another one that'll tear your heart out, make
I
you
know.
cry.
And very impressive that Adam Driver is an Oscar nominee 2 years in a row because he was nominated last year for BlacKkKlansman. So
right.
he's definitely on top of the world right now. I don't think he'll beat Joaquin Phoenix, but Marriage Story is a movie that you're going to be hearing a lot on Sunday, so you need to see it. And guess what? It's just waiting for you on Netflix. You don't even have to leave your home.
You don't think it's bad, do you?
I don't ever watch TV, so, I can't tell.
So let's go over our 3 picks. If you only see a couple of movies before the Oscar ceremony on Sunday, time's running out, here are the ones we think you should see. My choices, Parasite, because it's the film that everyone will be talking about and it's likely to take home many awards. Honeyland, because it's a unique documentary that's also up for International Feature Film. And Little Women, because Greta Gerwig really took a period film and made it feel fresh and modern and timely.
And my 3 picks are 1917 because it got 10 nominations and is going to win at least 3 technical awards, if not Best Picture also. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it also might win Best Picture and it's definitely winning for Brad Pitt for Supporting Actor and Quentin Tarantino for Original Screenplay. And Marriage Story because it's on Netflix, very easy to watch, and Laura Dern is without a doubt going to win Best Supporting Actress.
Let me get this out of the way. I think you're a wonderful actress.
And Dave, tell us where you will be on Sunday.
I'm going to be right here on IMDb because the fabulous Aisha Tyler and I are going to be co-hosting IMDb Live presented by M&M's at the Elton John AIDS Foundation Academy Awards viewing party. We did it last year. We had such a blast. We're joined by wonderful celebrity guests and we're talking about the ceremony all night long. Please join us on IMDb.
Yeah, that's right. It starts off at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. It goes right throughout the Oscars telecast and beyond. Dave's going to be staying up very late, but you can all stream all the interviews, all the games, all the winner updates at imdb.com/Oscars. And of course, you can follow along on social media at IMDb.
Happy Oscars, everybody. Thanks, Alicia.
Thank you.